Hey, it's Soul, and this is Warcraft Weekly. A pretty short one at that. Be a friend and hit the like button, subscribe for more content and all that stuff. This particular weekly is being recorded a day earlier than usual, so today is Thursday right now. If you're really interested in knowing why, you'll find out way towards the end. So I apologize in advance if anything that I talk about ends up aging funny, because even one day apparently is enough for news bombs to drop. Over the past week or so, we've seen strange behavior on the PTR in that it hasn't been updating very much. In fact, as of this recording, it's been down for a number of days. On top of that, just the other day, the live client was updated with encrypted assets. Ew! Data mining from the likes of Wowhead and Mr. GM revealed that these are items that go in a character's back slot. There are 5 of these back pieces, and they have some sort of 3D effect. We just don't know what they are. So, 5 similar things, 5 dragon flights, all of this seems to fit, right? Speculators were quick to presume dragon wings, which would be, really cool and also perfectly reasonable. I think that's the most likely possibility. I'm willing to keep my mind open for something different though, like how about a backpack with a whelp wing of each of the 5 flights? Like maybe it's an egg that's barely hatched out of it or something, or maybe it's an actual cloak sort of thing, and the 3D effect is that there's a really cool, a scaly like texture to it or something. Whatever the case, this set of cloaks is likely part of the expansion bundle, which will also include a pet and a mount of some sort, according to, other data mine information. That, along with a character boost, about sums up what we're going to expect from the regular, heroic, and the epic versions of whatever expansion bundles we get. Now, the epic Shadowlands bundle also included a Hearthstone toy and a weapon color enchant. We'll soon find out if that's going to be included too. A PTR that's down is very peculiar, and it actually leads to some more speculation. This reads as if the next PTR build is going to reveal information that strongly alludes to WoW's next expansion. After the likely Dragonflight whoopsie, instead of spoiling the next expansion with a PTR build or going through the trouble of encrypting stuff, I guess the WoW team is just leaving the PTR down until next week. Now, on the other hand, what if they're diverting time towards, a sudden alpha launch of the Tenno expansion? No. What is cool though, is that similar to patch 7.3.5, we might get some gradual lead-ins to the next expansion with quests and maybe cutscenes, maybe a battleground, similar to the release of Seething Shore. And since we're on that subject, after last month's announcement that there would be an announcement of WoW's next expansion a month later, this week we got an announcement of what time the April 19th announcement would take place. Still with me? Me neither. On Tuesday, April 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific, you will probably be at work, while Blizzard live streams the announcement on Twitch and YouTube. We have no idea what to expect. It might be Ian Hazacostas staring at the camera for a second before he just says, "Dragonflights," and then, just kind of walks off. Maybe it's a 5-minute trailer dump and then silence. Maybe that's it. It might be the equivalent of a BlizzCon opening ceremony with a series of, pre-recorded videos, an announcement, and a trailer. It might not be unlike a BlizzCon panel, complete with an announcement and trailer and a bunch of systems presentations, maybe interviews that I don't know about because I'm not very assertive about those sorts of things. Like I said, Blizzard is going to be streaming it on YouTube and Twitch, but also every content creator under the sun will be co-streaming it, including me. So I encourage you to visit your favorite one and join in for the excitement and the reactions and the bombshells and maybe the cringes and collective groans. Personally, this is going to be the first expansion reveal since the first one, Burning Crusade, when I have not been surrounded by friends and fellow fans, at least not in person. So I'd love to share these very rare moments with you. I'm going to start streaming an hour ahead of time to set up, fun stuff like bingo cards. I'm even going to bring snacks and maybe some alcohol, probably some Kleenex, because I'm going to cry about something. This is an event, so let's make it one, and I hope to see you there. Now, let's kind of take it down a notch, right? We can choose to ignore reality, but while our opinions of World of Warcraft are personal and subjective, the game has been taking a beating in forums and social circles and commentary. Folks who dare pay attention to social media are subjected to a pretty unrelenting campaign of negativity. Now, not to say that these feelings can't be validated, although some of these wild takes come from people who proudly admit that they haven't played the game in nearly a decade. But that's nothing new. The ongoing press coverage of the Blizzard lawsuit, meanwhile, is still a bleeding wound which has done nothing but enhance the cynicism in the conversation. Games like Lost Ark and Final Fantasy XIV, which do offer some great features that I'd love to see WoW adopt, are being brought up in discussion like clubs to beat even more negativity into people. And it's a bit distressing. In just a few days, we're going to find out what the WoW team's been up to while they were pushing out Shadowlands under these work-from-home conditions, while enduring the lawsuit, and betrayals within their own team, and the continued upheaval with attempts to organize and reform. Hey guys, here's our expansion. I hope you like our trailer. Whee! I can't imagine what the team is going through, which pales in comparison to those in the lawsuit who were affected directly. And Tuesday, some will be revealed, and they're going to stick their necks out once again in the hopes that we get hyped up and excited. I am for a number of reasons. The Shadowlands just didn't really vibe with me. I want to return home, so to speak. I want to experience Azeroth without the usual familiar faces. I mean, think about it. Sylvanas has been a very reoccurring name since 2016, and there's no telling if Anduin is going to immediately return from the Shadowlands either. With him potentially on the shelf too, it leaves room for a whole host of characters to step into the spotlight, and if it's Thrall, I'm gonna choke a bitch. It's an opportunity for new features, awesome things to look at, and those big quality of life changes that we've been asking for years, and trust me, guys, this time it's gonna be different. You know I'm excited, but I'd like to ask you folks at home and elsewhere, and you can use whatever scaling system you like, but how excited are you for this announcement? So, how'd the guild do this time? Kill it!
Nice job. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Super dead, at least on normal, but you know, whatever. The guild did complain that I had them use Vantis runes just in case, despite the creation catalyst and all that stuff, and I'm like, dude, this ain't your money. So now we're progressing through Heroic. Vigilant Guardian is still, pretty boring, which is a bummer. Skolex, though, turned into an almost completely different fight, which I found to be great. Like, we actually had to think about things and plan and assign people and, do raid stuff. It was very exciting, very cool. And as for Segway,
he's dead.
Go team,
Third
go.
one's coming. Third one's danger.
Rumble,
close.
can you get anyone up?
Run away, run away. You're all going to get one
All
shot.
didn't get run away.
No.
Sacrifice.
Oh, shit.
Easy boss, very easy. Since I'm recording this before our Thursday raid, we're gonna see how we did on Zymox, but, well, since I'm doing post-production on Friday, the Yeet's coming. So watch where I'm going. I'm going towards purple. Rally.
Go towards moon.
God. Purple's too far?
Oh, I killed you all. I'm sorry. Okay, now I know.
Oh,
I forgot there's the two.
God.
Man.
Yeah, so that happened. But now that we're on Heroic, we know the basics of these fights. We're a little bit less blind with a pile of corpses to prove our experience. Now that we're looking at Heroic, as a raid lead, I can look at the dungeon journal and see the Heroic mechanics, and now I can speak from this experience. Here's how the fight's gonna change. Here's the routine. And people who are familiar with the way that we do the fights can quickly understand. And anyone who's new is probably screwed. And anyone who is experienced with the fights but hasn't run with our team, well, they're probably screwed too. But as a guild, that's the sort of experience that I tried to create for folks. And so far, well, they all got suckered in. So I want to thank you all for letting me be a part of your day today. A huge thanks to the good old folks on Twitch for their support and their viewership, and our darling patrons for their patrony things, and to you, viewer, for making it to the end. And by the time you watch this, I'm going to be kind of an emotional wreck. I'm going to feel a little bit more lonely, and my life will have one less or fewer companion. I'll have said goodbye to a friend of mine. I'll be mourning, and I hope that I was a good part of her short but happy life. I'll see you for the reminder video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
Happy, what about your treasure?